Welcome to the BS Machine. This is your host, Tommy Kendi. I will be your guide through these episodes in 2023. One of the cool things about the BS Machine is that you always get some sort of gold out of every episode. Whether I'm getting guests on, and they're not just any guests, they are guests that have a cool story. Or whether it's me talking and giving you all my wisdom and all the things I've learned in life. Either way, there's always one piece of gold you'll take away from these episodes. So please enjoy and welcome to the BS Machine. G'day guys, welcome back. This is Tommy Kendi, I'm your host, and this is episode number 116. So, what a. There you go, eh? That's what I'm going to say. How are you guys? What's going on? Oh man, it's been such a, what's the word? Up and down last couple of weeks, I reckon. Well, for me anyway, I've really been using all the little tools in my toolkit, and it's been really awesome because I've really had the opportunity to utilize all the cool shit that I've learned, all the cool shit that I teach, and yeah, it's just been one of those things, hasn't it? I don't know. I reckon if you're listening, you might agree that lots of things are going on at the moment. But I'm not going to talk about things that might be happening or might not be happening, or I'm not going to play like sort of the grey area. So I'm going to get straight into the podcast. I'm going to get straight into this episode, and I think it's a really important topic that I am discussing today, and it's all about connection. It's about being connected, not just to yourself, not just to loved ones, but figuring out why it's so important to connect to other human beings. And at the same point, what that sort of brings to us, and how to do it. And I think, a lot of us do forget the importance of deep connections. And when you have a deep connection with another human being, fuck man, it feels so good. It really does. It fills you up. It fuels you. It gives you this inner fucking energy that we are able to then use, and we're able to serve, and we're able to go out into the world and really share who we are, and share our truth, and share what we're really here to do, our purpose. And so that's what I sort of want to roll with today, and really tap into the importance of being connected to others. And the first place I sort of want to go with this is that I think a lot of us forget to practice connection. And you know what? Some of us have a meditation practice, some of us have a yogic practice, some of us have a breathwork practice, which is all good and amazing, and it feels great, and we dive deep into ourselves, and we connect with ourselves. But then we go out to the world and we forget how incredibly powerful it is when you're able to connect to even a total fucking stranger. And so one of the things I've really been taking notice of myself is when I go out into the world and I do my things, even if it's just going up the road to get some avocado, or just, being out and about. Like most of us are out and about, and we're meeting people. We're constantly around people, aren't we? And so when you're out and about and you are looking at other people, you're looking at other human beings, and you're at the store and you're buying an avocado or buying milk. I mean, do you actually realize that the person in front of you is an opportunity for you to practice connection? And I think this is it's such a tough thing to do, because when you really make it a true intention to connect to other people, what that sort of creates is it brings up things in you. You feel sometimes awkwardness. You feel like, for example, you feel like, you're attracted towards someone and you want to go talk to them for whatever reason. Maybe they have a nice dog, or they've got a kid, or they've got, they just look like the type of person that you'd want to ask questions from, or whatever it might be. And, there's this inner sort of thing that where you want to just go up and chat to people, or you feel like you want to connect with someone. And these inner triggers keep popping up for us where it's like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. They probably don't want to talk to me. They're too involved in their own thing or whatever. And I'm not saying for you to go and every single human being to go and go, hey, how you going? Do you want to chat? It's not about that. It's more about going out into the world and really taking and acknowledging other human beings for just the simple fact of connection and being able to be there and notice yourself, notice the things that come up for you, and at the same point be able to stand there and be a born fucking connector, because that's what we are. And when we're connected to other human beings, it makes you feel good. Even if you move through the awkwardness, or you have the weird conversations, you have the awkward conversations, whatever it might be, there's always this level of sort of resistance when it comes to connecting. Well, most of the time. And when there's this level of resistance and you move through that, and on the other side of that, there's such a bundle of joy. There's a bundle of connection, of happiness, and feeling this energy of togetherness. And as human beings, that's what we are. We are born connectors. So what we're built to do, every part of us, physical, mental, spiritual, all these different aspects of ourselves are literally there for us to deeply connect, whether it's to, even to nature, like to connect to nature. Look at it, when you walk past a tree, do you ever walk past a tree and just put your hand on the tree and feel the fucking thing? And these are things that they're like meat and potatoes. It's like, it's nothing like woo woo or out there or whatever. But if you let's just try this next time you're walking around and you see a tree or a plant, just fucking stop and touch the plant, hold the plant, put your hand on the tree, whatever it might be, and immediately you can just be there and you feel the essence of this other, this naturous, beautiful thing. And it's such a fucking gift. And the more you do it, the more you start to realize that we are here to do nothing else other than to connect, and other than to create togetherness. And it's such a healing quality. Because when you're able to do that, and even if we're talking about human interaction, what it does when you when you practice connection, it makes you understand yourself so much better. Because as you're communicating with others, you really do, when you're there, you're noticing all these things coming up for you, and you're there, and on the inside, you're experiencing all these things, but at the same point, your intention is nothing else other than to connect for no other reason. There's no backstory. There's no what's the word? Like alter intentions or alter, or whatever the fucking word is. I always forget my words, but ulterior motive. There's no ulterior motives. There is the only intention you have, and what I'm sort of inviting you to give it a whirl, is to, at least at some point in your day, for a 10 or 15 minute gap, that your job is to do nothing else other than just to fucking connect. And usually through the day, when it comes to you, when it's like, oh fuck, maybe I should connect now, then yeah, you should actually connect now. And practice it. Use other human beings, use nature, use if you get a drink from you're having a drink of water, use that, like take a sip of water and really feel the water going down whatever that thing is, the esophagus or whatever, it goes down. Like feel it going down your throat and into your belly, and you feel the cold. And then as we start to really practice this art of connection on a daily basis, it basically gives you this fuel to tackle life, because what it creates is this inner dialogue that you are supported, that you have strength, that you have the ability to be totally vulnerable. And when we're vulnerable, it immediately puts other people in a place of safety, in a place of trust. They fucking trust you. You know, as soon as you show your vulnerability and you're not fronting up, or you're rocking up with all your stories and assumptions and all your fucking stories, and you're just rocking up as you, and you're vulnerable, and you're there to connect with no other whatever the word I said before, ulterior motive, other than just to connect. Holy shit, like your whole world starts to open up. And there's so many of us at the moment that are trying to heal our inner wounds and heal this and heal that, and whether it's physical, mental, whatever. But imagine, just for a second, if all you needed to do was learn how to connect to the outer world. And, many people say, well, it's all just an illusion. You know what? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, who fucking knows? But all I know is that I believe that there's definitely truth to that we're living in a fucking illusion of what we are projecting out to the world. So really we're creating the illusion of what's in front of us. And we are creating all that. And in that illusion, at the same point, you've got to be here in the 3D world. I mean, you can touch stuff. You can touch the skin. You can touch the monitor. You can see stuff and whatever. You can feel things. So we are here. We're here in the 3D world. But at the same point, there is no better fuel for you to be able to tackle life other than to learn how to connect. And it's a fucking art form. You have to practice it. And you know what? I guess I'm lucky, because I've always, organically, I've always had this ability to deeply connect with other people. I've just always had this gift I got it from my mum, and well, I don't know if I got it from my mum, but me and my mum are very, very similar. And so I've loved that little gift that I've been able to utilize. But at the same point, do I go out and judge others? Do I go out and, judge myself? Fucking oath. I do it very often. And even last night, I had a poker night with a couple of mates from, not a couple, there was like 8 or 9 of us. And even then, like some of the things that came out of my mouth, I actually said it, and then holy shit, I'm such a judgy fuck. But at the same point, I mean, look, you catch yourself and you're like, all right, cool, stop being a judgy fuck, because really we're just here to connect, and it is what it is. So the three, let's just summarize that. The 3 main reasons to connect is 1, it just makes you fucking feel good. 2, it makes you understand yourself so much better. You understand your triggers, all the shit comes up. And 3, it gives you fuel to tackle life. And that's ultimately what we're looking for, because when you're tackling life, it's like, fuck yeah, like let's get in there, like show me this shit. Let's get in there. All the little things that you're working on at the moment, for yourself, or whether you got dreams, or whether you're trying to, fix something about yourself or whatever. It all comes back to connection. Even with the body, when something's out with your body, something's out of whack and there's some sort of shit going on in your body, all your body's saying is, dude, I just need you to fucking connect to me. Like, connect to me, be here with me, and I will I will be there for you for every single thing you need. I'm here to support you. I'm here to serve you. Same thing with the mind. If something's out of whack with the mind, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling, shit at the moment and you're not happy with life, if you're going through a breakup, everything, job, money, all that type of shit, everything is asking us to do is to come back in and fucking connect. And it's so powerful. So powerful, because if you go back over your life, the moments where you've had the most incredible times and you felt the most supported has been when you've been deeply connected to either others, you felt supported, or it's in moments where you felt deeply connected to yourself. But you would probably agree that even in those moments when you've been deeply connected to yourself, you've had others around you that have been deeply connected, and deeply connected doesn't mean sitting there meditating. It could mean that with a bunch of people. No, I mean, it could be that, but it also could be that you are in fits of laughter with other people. Holy shit, how cool is it? That is connection, laughter, joy, tears, like fucking just feeling the feels, And so one of the key ways I believe that is a great way to get there is that you have to observe your triggers, and you don't want to buy into the triggers. So this is a good thing to practice. I mean, for some of you out there listening, you're quite well aware. You've probably done quite a bit of work, or you've got some, and maybe you haven't. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. But for most of you out there, if you want to try certain things, I'll give you a couple of tools or a couple of little homework exercises to do. One could be that next time, even after you've listened to this podcast, wherever you're going now, you know what? That's it. It's just like, find another human and find a way to connect with them. And there's a number of ways to do that. You can do it by touch, as long as you're not being a creep. You can do it by conversation, which is just oh my God, I love that jumper. Like, that color is stunning. Where'd you get the jumper? Oh my God. For example, obviously don't say it like that, because they'll probably just be like, fucking get out of my face. Another way to do that, which you can also do, which I've done before, is really cool, is you stand next to someone, not like close so they know that you're being creepy or whatever, but you're just around someone and you just feel your energy merge with theirs. It's so cool. And you might be even surprised that when you feel that your energy is merging with the other, it's like they'll look over at you and then you're like, hey, you fucking going there, cobber? Hey, so anyway, that's a few little tools in terms of connecting with yourself. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. Mirror work is fucking unbelievable. Look in the mirror, talk to yourself, tell yourself how fucking good you are. Oh, I'm fucking awesome. I'm fucking awesome, mate. That's just how I am. So, guys, there we go. Just a quick little jam, bam, bam on connection. And there you go. Just use it. Like, do some cool stuff with it. Really practice it. Notice your triggers. And if you want to refuel, you want to give yourself fuel to tackle life in the best way you know how, then try and use connection as your healing modality. Connection. You are a born connector, and I fucking love you wherever the fuck you are. And rock on. Thank you for listening to the BS Machine. Feel free to share this potty, because if you do, more people get to hear it, which is cool. And yeah, I mean, share it, like it, review it, tell everyone about it, because it's awesome. Anyway, love you guys. Have an epic day, whatever you do. Go connect, fill yourself up, fuel yourself. It makes you understand yourself better, and it makes you feel good. Love your guts. See you knackers and knackers. See ya.